Welcome to the first episode of All Bass Creations Lessons. Today I'll be showing you a quick warm-up to help your fingerstyle playing and help you have more control, more speed, more dexterity, more stamina, more everything when it comes to your fingerstyle playing. So it's just a right hand exercise. So it just accents on the first measure, just accent on the strong beats, the 1, 2, 3, and the 4. The next measure, you accent on the E's, so 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Then the next measure, you do it on the ands, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Then you also have the last measure, so it's a 4-bar exercise. And you do this on each of the strings. It's on, you accent the U's. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and So, without any further ado, here's the exercise slowly. Two, ready, and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 4 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 2 E and and up, Ori, and up. Of course, you go all the way up, go all the way back down. Then I like to start things off with my middle finger a lot of the times, just so because it helped me get in the habit of alternating. Versus if I started with this finger, sometimes I would skip and do other things. But starting with your middle finger, I hope those of you that's not used to alternate picking. So another key to this exercise and thing that'll help you is the floating thumb. And that's very important to this exercise, especially when you get up into the upper register. If I had just you hear all of that? I was playing on the G string last, and now I got all this extra noise. So the way to fix that is, when you play on the first string of your bass, you can use your pickup. Right here I have a ramp. I only have one pickup, but I had them install a ramp here. So I have my thumb rest there. Immediately when I go to the E string, I go and shift my thumb to the B string. Keeps that, you don't get any of that, nothing from the B string there. I keep my finger, my thumb there while I'm on the A string as well. And from here on out, going up, I keep my thumb 2 strings away from the string I'm picking on. So if I'm picking on A, it's on B. If I'm picking on D, it's on E. If I'm picking on G, it's on the A string. And it's also laying and touching, it's on the A, it's laying and touching the E and the B. So I don't have any of that right there now. And then when I go to the C string, and this works for as many strings of an instrument that you have, you can also, you move it up to the D string. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 strings muted, as well as I pick all the way through to each string, to the next string. So this finger, every time I pick, the finger comes all the way through and lands on the next string. So if I'm playing on C, it goes through the C string to lands on the G string. And it does that every time, every stroke I'm doing that. So when you add the metronome to it, you can work on those things, and you can speed this exercise up as much as you want, slow it down as much as you want. One, two, ready, and 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 40 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 40 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 40 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 40 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 40 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 40 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 40 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 40 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 40 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 40 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 40 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 40 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 40 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 40 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 40 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 40 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 40 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 40 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 40 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 40 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 40 and a 1 and a 2 And as you can see, I didn't have anything else. I also use this hand a little bit every once in a while. When I'm finished playing all notes, I just, let my hands rest on the strings. Keeps it quiet. So, with that exercise there, like I said, you start off slowly, around 40 to 50 BPMs, and then move up as fast as you can possibly, but this shouldn't be in the same week. You shouldn't go from 40 to 200 BPMs in a week. It just, in reality, if you cannot complete the exercise perfectly all the way up and down the strings, then you need to stay at the exact tempo you're working at. And if you can do it perfectly all the way up and down the strings, then you move the BPM up. Start moving it up by increments of 2 BPMs. Instead of moving up by 5 or 10 BPMs, that way you're hitting more actual BPM, different BPM numbers. You're hitting more of them, and that way you increase your timing. You start to get a sense of how 2 or 3 BPMs faster or slower can make a huge difference in a tune or in something that you have to play. So, it gets you out of that habit of rushing. You get used to being relaxed while you're playing and doing exercises like that. Something you can put on Family Guy or whatever show you like and do with a metronome. The metronome part is very important, so you know exactly that you're doing the exercise correctly. You don't want to be practicing for hours and doing something the wrong way. Why not do it right the first time and you don't have to worry about it no more? Playing with a metronome, in my opinion, does not decrease feel. So even with a metronome on, because that's all I record to. A lot of people talk against the metronome. I'm with the metronome. It doesn't decrease the feel. It actually helps you create more of the feel, because a lot of times guys are dragging or rushing too much. So this exercise assists you with all of that. Just getting you used to playing. A lot of times for bass players, a lot more notes. For those of you Jocko fans, it'll definitely help you out. Whatever it is you want to do with that